What I'm going to talk about today is the future of home video, something I like to call TV watching. Is it finally dead? And this is just I have to put my own 2 cents in. This is just my observations of what I see happening right now, and what could be happening as we go forward in the future. The price of an LCD TV is about to crash on us. They made way too many TVs in the last year thinking that people were going to buy them. And incrementally, they've got a huge stockpile in all these warehouses of LCD TVs. If you look at the pricing going back 5 years for a standard 32-inch high-definition TV, it was about $1,500. At around Christmas time, they're forecasting that they'll be somewhere around $374, which is staggering, which means everybody who didn't get one last year during the height of the recession will now have an opportunity to get one really dirt cheap. Just kind of good news. But what are you going to watch on it? You have 1,001 cable channels. You got Comcast, you got Dish, you got Verizon. You see the commercials every 10 seconds. Then you have these other people. I don't know who Atlantic Broadband was. Oops. I hit the wrong button. That's it. Okay. I blocked out my... I always manage to turn off my presentation. RCN, DirecTV, and all those. And you have lots of choices, but the bottom line is they're all offering the same thing. And they're all giving you the same choice. And when you talk to each one of the possible outlets, they package it in such a way that, one, you don't want the channels that you really want in the package that you want without paying more for it. So even though everybody starts at $29.99, it always ends up at $79 somehow. And you never get what it is that you want. So with video and all the stuff that's being produced online, it's all about choice and what you want to go watch. And a lot of people are using computers and stuff to go and watch shows. Like, I don't really watch TV that much except when my kids are around, because they like to watch the Disney Channel, and I have cable for that very reason, just to have the Disney Channel for them. I watch Mad Men and other TV shows on my laptop. But there's other choices that are coming down the road. DVDs are also going way of the CD. How many remember records and tapes? I was going to bring some in just to show you.
Vinyl's coming back.
Yeah, vinyl's coming back.
Vinyl's coming back.
But, MP3 downloads replace CDs, and video downloads basically are replacing DVDs. So you can go online now, download a movie, watch it whenever you want to, save it, buy it on iTunes, buy it off of Amazon.com, etc., and have it instead of having something malleable that you can have in your hand. And people are doing it. This is bad news for Blockbuster. Blockbuster declared bankruptcy on Thursday, in case you didn't know it. And it's a shame because they have all this really good real estate, and one of the problems is a lot of the people who own the real estate see this as like a no-brainer for Blockbuster, because they weren't being able to keep up with the Netflixes and Easy Access people, and they had all these big, expensive leases that they're now going to try to get out of. So Blockbuster may come back, but they're going to come back to something completely different. I mean, I know they dabbled in something similar to Netflix and being able to mail stuff, but they weren't that successful. Yes?
Just the other day I saw a Blockbuster Redbox. So, and I had heard that was going to happen. But it was, I don't think it was at Stop and Shop, but it was someplace like Stop and Shop.
It was a physical box that they're probably test marketing.
I didn't go look at the price. I assume it's
no, Redbox is great.
So maybe they're going to try to do like a Blockbuster box.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is the web going to kill TV? Some people say because you will be able to go and watch stuff and kick through advertisements and stuff that maybe that's so. Google doesn't think so.
Back when there were only a few networks, watching TV was pretty simple. You turned on the TV, and if you didn't like what was playing, you changed the channel. But these days, TV can be pretty complicated. Figuring out what you want to watch is hard enough, and that's only the beginning. Once you've chosen a program, you have to figure out when it's playing and which of hundreds of channels it's on. It's like you have to change your schedule to fit your TV schedule. In fact, many of us end up watching videos on the web because it's easier to find the things you want. I mean, think about it. More and more of our favorite shows and videos are showing up online these days, and you can get to them really easily, whenever you want, just by typing in what you're looking for. The problem is, these smaller screens don't compare to our home entertainment systems. Which leads us to a pretty big question. If the web is so smart, and our TVs are so fun to watch, why do we have to choose? Why can't they work together? Well, now they can. Introducing Google TV. Google TV brings everything that you love about the web to your television. Some new TVs will come with it built in, or you can get a separate box for the TV that you already own. Either way, the way it works is very simple. Right on your TV screen, you simply type in what you're looking for, anything that you're looking for, and Google TV will find it. It's basically an entertainment hub that searches all your channels, recorded shows, YouTube, and other websites. If you find something you like, you can add it to your home screen where you'll always see your favorite channels, shows, websites, even music playlists and photo albums. That way you can get to things really quick. And with a full web browser, you get unlimited access to the entire internet. So you can do stuff like browse photos or update your status. And that's just scratching the surface. By opening up your TV to all the improvements and innovation that the web has to offer, Google TV will make your TV smarter and easier to use. So you'll be able to spend a lot less time finding what you want and a lot more time watching what you want.
Obviously that's one view of the future. Presently, there are a number of different companies that already have similar capabilities. Apple TV, Western Digital, Hulu Plus has its own type of video display. Roku, something that I own, and Boxy, which is I think due out later this month or November. These all allow you to feed your HD TV and do streaming content through HDMI or S-Video. It also allows you to stream things like Netflix and Pandora. So, video watching TV is not dead. It's about to evolve and rebound, actually. Thank you.
Yeah.
Robert.
Thanks, Skip. So I think I have 3 minutes, so I'm going to speak for an hour and a half.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You're out of time. Last time I was up here, it was one of those things where if you prepare for your speech, you can kind of do it in about half the time if you don't prepare for a speech. So anyways, that's how it went a little bit last time. So I'm going to repeat that again today. Once again, what's in the future of video? One of the big things we talk about is mobile, and this is really interesting. I think I found this stat the other day. By 2014, mobile and handheld, iPads and so forth, come from more than half of all the internet content is going to be consumed through mobile devices. How many people here actually watch more video that they do on the phone than they actually do on their laptop? It's pretty interesting. So, and how many more times you're going to go? And you get frustrated when you actually can't get through that video. And you're like, oh, I'm not even going to go online to get it. So there's a lot more information being consumed and through mobile. That's where it's driving so much of it. It's being driven by things like the iPhone in 2008, the iPad 2010, and of course the future, the iBoard. And not to be outdone, because it is Steve Jobs and it keeps innovating, the iMac. There's a dancing app that comes with it as well. But once again, these are just some of the innovations that are going on that you're going to see in smartphones across the board. But the same innovations you're going to find in phones and devices are going to be going across the board in any other way that we're consuming content. And I think, as Skip alluded to with the television, we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. The other important thing here is that content creation is actually is not only kind of being consumed mobilely, it's also being created a lot mobilely. So you've got your flips, your smartphones, and I'd be remiss if I did not talk about the real high quality stuff that you're getting from your digital SLRs, and particularly your Canon 7D. This thing does panoramic view. It's beautiful. You hear even Steven Spielberg's using it to kind of film movies. It's really interesting projects. And everything, as Steve was alluded to, everything's getting less expensive, more portable, and actually higher quality. This is a graphite system out of a company out of Billerica, Massachusetts. It's basically an entire studio system in a box. This will allow you to take in multiple feeds, multiple live streaming from various locations, mix, merge all that information, and broadcast it out. Quality is pretty amazing. You can even do this wirelessly, satellite, or if you can just plug right into it. They've also kind of taken the studio on the road. This is a pimped out Mini Cooper from a company called Newtek. I don't actually know where they're located out of, but they have a system called the TriCaster. It's very similar to the US system, but this thing, you can kind of do an entire like CNN broadcast booth right from mobile. I even believe that Pulse Network is using a TriCaster system for some of their stuff. But it's important to realize that that video engagement is not just all just going on just for mobile. It is going out to your TV. It is going out to your computer systems. It's going out to your gaming systems. To back out to just about any handheld or viewing device. Your elevator, right here, with top tier streaming information going out there. So engagement with good video is just about everywhere and anywhere. And I think, as Skip mentioned, that I think video is actually going to be moving back into the home. And not only that, you're going to be able to get things through Apple TV, Google TV, Boxy, Netflix. TVs are kind of being produced right now. Big move by Samsung to get their televisions kind of like already internet ready. So anything you put on YouTube, you think actually only a few people might see. Now your grandmother can actually sit down and see it. So you're going to be cautious of what you're putting out there left and right. But also the big thing that's happening with content in videos is the social engagement that's going on with that information as well. There used to be a big movement out there that if you have a website and doesn't have the ability to actually kind of engage with people, respond to the content that you're putting on there and establish a community, then you're missing an opportunity. Or as Chris Brogan would say, we're building a hotel without toilets.
Nice.
But I also believe that that's going to be happening with just about any type of video content individually, and where it's going to be going to be able to actually engage with that content. And not only to be able to engage with that content, but to do it in a certain way that's going to be kind of temporal stamped. This is where I see kind of the future that's going to be going on with content. Right now, you can actually send a video to somebody via YouTube, and you want to watch it at the same time, and actually wait for you to kind of both get synced up, and it'll play only when you press a certain button, and you'll be watching it streaming the exact same time frame. How many people here actually watch live TV when it's actually, like when Lost came on at Thursdays at 9 o'clock? But the interesting thing I know, like content like Mad Men, like Lost used to be, like Fringe is, and Glee is, people want to engage in that content online and have community conversations while they're watching that content live. An interesting aspect of that, something I call temporal video engagement. Also got caught up in the transfer over to Keynote. Basically, you're watching content. So last slide. This is it. Temporal engagement. You watch it live, and all of a sudden, and Twitter. Fringe is fantastic. Has a great online following. Everything that's going on. They even have called retweets. Is what they call their actually past episodes, where they show them live here watching the show with actually all the time synced up tweets with regards to the content. But I think that's going to happen, and not just within Twitter, but in all kinds of live content, that you have a Twitter stream right here, and you're having this temporal engagement. It says, show me all the content and conversations that are happening about this show in time with the show being aired. Now I want to watch it 10 minutes later, 10 hours later, 10 days later. But I don't want to have any spoilers. It's be perfect for news and sports and things of that nature. I want to watch that content, but I want to still have that community engagement with people. So why can't I kind of press another one and give me so it's temporally, so when I'm watching it now, and everything that I'm going to watch now is going to be synced up with information, either time-stamped when it happened. So when I'm actually watching the first time, all my feeds can be synced up to when that information got sent up when they were watching it at that particular time. So I'm having that real-time engagement. So I can actually look at information and kind of say, give it to me live right now, or give it to me temporally encoded, so I'm actually having the same experience as someone else is watching this content at the same time. Or the content itself, the conversations, are time synced with the content. And I think that's going to be something that's going to be happening a little bit more in the future. That way, every piece of content has an opportunity to kind of have that community along with it, and not just be lost for that one time that happens at 9 o'clock on Thursdays, which is Fringe, which I promote. And that is it before the wall comes down. So on behalf of all the visual sectors,